Adam Chris from MyMMANews.com being joined by Taj Rueda, the two-time Freedom Champion. He is now vying for the World Champion at Freedom Fighter Promotion 6. It's going down in just a few days, July 1st in Yonkers, New York, at the beautiful and historic Grand Roosevelt Ballroom. I got the champ with me to talk about it. Before we get into it, I got to give him a formal hello and what's good with grrr.
Bow. There you go. You did that right. You've been practicing, haven't you?
What did I say? I said I had some fun in store for you. Don't think I haven't been watching my man Taj on the social media.
Ah, that's a fact.
Freedom is absolutely on fire, my man, and I haven't seen a promotion come on the scene and put on some of the most epic matchups in such a short time frame, and they've been at it. What's your experience been with Freedom and being the champ?
I love it, yo. Rami makes everybody feel like a superstar, and fighting is fun, but being recognized and being treated well, that just takes it to another level. The matchups that he's making is amazing. Everybody he brings me to fight is a champion in their own right. So it's like it's just everything about it. Everything about it is amazing. He uses the sponsors that he uses, a show that he has, he could easily get the biggest, most well-known sponsors there are in the company in the country. But he goes with the local guys who are just like resilient. Started out at the same time we started Two Bridges. Resilient was starting their business. So relative to like YoCal or like Fairtex or Venom, like those brands who've been out here for years and they're well known, Resilient, but they're growing and they're growing fast. And Freedom is giving them a chance to grow together. Like just the falafel guy. That's that King Falafel's around the corner from Sitan Gym, and he's using it. Just things like little things like that he does. The way that the way I see, like me and Rami, we tight, we friends, right? We go back to before I even trained at Sitan. Just seeing him in the Muay Thai scene, we always had like an understanding, like we knew who each other were, like as soon as we looked at each other, kind of thing, right? And damn, I'm rambling now, but I'm just so because me and him we have that history, we're cool. I know a little bit more because me and him we talk off the record. I see what he's doing to make these fights happen. I see what he's giving some of the fighters so that they have nothing, especially the pros. He makes it so they have nothing to worry about except, do you want to fight? If you want to fight, I will make it happen for you.
Mm. I couldn't agree more. And one, I'll go ahead and say you're not rambling. This is the kind of interview I love, where fighters open up and actually give me a true vibe instead of just answering the questions, putting their heart into it. So I got to say, I appreciate that. And in your Freedom Face-Off, you were talking about how the belt was a sign that what Freedom is doing for the sport. I wanted to know if you can elaborate on that, as far as from your perspective, what Freedom is doing to help the sport of Muay Thai overall.
Well, the main thing that Freedom is doing different about with Muay Thai is not just the matchups, not even the belt. These are all just like, he's doing all of this for the fighter. You know, like every other promotion I fought, I can't talk. There's many promotions that I've never been to, right? I can only speak about the ones that I've competed on. I've always felt like, for lack of a better term, I always felt like a hoe. You know what I mean? And I'm being pimped out by these promoters. Like they don't care about me. They just care about how many tickets I sell. Who can I bring? How hype can I make their show? Like what they could get from me. They don't. I don't feel like they're giving me anything. Me personally, too, because I've always felt like I was. I've never got respect in the sense that, like, I'm like the last option. Like, oh yeah, Tasha fight him. Oh yeah, yeah. We need somebody to fight. You don't got nobody for this guy. Yeah, yeah, just give it to him. Just give it to him. I don't feel like that with Freedom.
Hmm.
Freedom, Rami makes you feel good, and not just me. He make me feel amazing. I feel he there's like some inside shit to it, behind the scenes, whatnot. But now he's calling me the post. That started as a joke. People were saying that as a joke, as like trying to like be slick, like, oh, that's the Freedom poster. Rami heard that joke, and he's like, oh, they're gonna try to people are gonna try to use that to make fun of you. Okay, that's the Freedom poster, and he ran with it. You know what I mean? So me personally, Rami's giving me so much respect, so many opportunities, and all I have to do is show up and perform. I just gotta do my. I just gotta fight. I
Hmm.
don't gotta worry about nothing else. He's taking care of everything else. He don't press me about what. He don't press me about anything. He just want me to. Taj, you want to fight? Yes, sir. I want to fight. Okay, you're fighting here. You can you comment? And then the commentator. And then the commentator. He's giving me. He's giving me every opportunity to be involved. Oh, I can't fight. I've been training a year straight. Can I have a couple months off? No problem. You want to commentate? Yes.
Hmm.
You have a fighter from your school that you and your friends opened up that you want to put on the show? Yeah, we have a few. Okay, I'll get them matched up. You know what I mean? So it's like he takes care of us. He takes care of all of us.
I could attest to that as well, and in saying from my own personal experience, Al, I've been ring announcing for several, regional shows probably since like the 2015, 2016 area. But moreover than anything, I've always been like the interviewer, the journalist, writing up the stories, covering the fights, everything like that. But with seeing the ring announcing, Rami, he's been all over the world, bro. He's seen every ring announcer you could possibly fathom, and he gave me an opportunity. He made me, and he still to this day calls me when he pays me at the end of the night. He puts on the envelope the voice of Freedom. So when I totally feel you when I say I get you when he gives people the opportunity, as long as they deserve it, as long as they put in that work, and and man, you're doing the work, man, and that's why I have a fun name for you. And I want to figure it out, see if you can figure it out. I call you the OGC of Freedom. Now, can you piece that together, what that means before we move forward?
OGC. I mean, is something with cardio? I don't know.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. The
OG,
OG champion, because you were the
OG
first ever champion crowned of Freedom. Am I correct?
Let's go. That's a fact. I am.
That
For
is a
sure.
fact. The
OGC.
OGC.
I
So,
I love that. OGC. Oh, I'm jacking it.
so with how much love you've shown and been shown from Freedom, what does it mean being the OGC, the original champ?
That's just so when Rami as soon as he told me the way he told me about it, it was just I I don't have words for it, honestly. It's just like I said, I've known Rami for years.
Mm,
As soon For the last 5 years I've been training at Siton, and once I started training at Siton, we just clicked up more. Aziz is Rami's coach. So we have the same OG, you know what I'm saying? We got the same big homie.
mm,
We learned from the same teacher. So that just brought us closer. And when he told me that he was starting his own promotion, my first response was like, "Oh, what do you need? How can I help you? You know what I mean? What do you want me to do?" He's like, "I want you to fight." And then not only does he want me to fight, he told me he wanted me to be the first champion. Like, and that was a brawl. Like, that was that was a fight. Son trying to knock my head off. You know what I mean? So it's like, so not only was did he give me the opportunity, but then to be able to deliver such an exciting fight for him on his first event was just I don't I'm just honored. I don't have no other words besides
mm.
saying I'm honored that he thought of me. When nobody
Understood.
thinks about me, I'm honored that Rami thought of me.
I love it. So I want to take a step backwards, if you will. You've mentioned that you've been fighting your whole life, but this is our first time really getting to chop it up one on one. So take me back to the origins of Taj Rueda. When and why did you get involved in combat sports?
In combat. So, all right, boom. As a kid growing up, playground most of my day, all of that shit, fighting. That was just part of like growing up the way I did. Like me and my brother, I told in my last interview I did with Marvelous Mason, Marvelous Mighty Mason. You know what I mean? Chat with Mason and Resilient in the my last interview. I told everybody my number one supporter was my brother, but not only is my little brother my number one supporter, he my first sparring partner. So growing up fighting with him, and but we ain't really have like martial arts for kids. It costs money, and we wasn't able to afford that luxury. Like we wasn't missing meals. My parents took great care of us. They did what they could, you know what I mean? Kept a roof over our head. We was always eating. We had clean clothes. I'm not complaining about none of that. We just couldn't do martial arts. That was an expense we couldn't afford. But once I got into the construction union and I got my own career, had a little bit of extra money. I was watching some Tony Jaa movies, you know what I mean, unbacking them and shit like that. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try it out. Let me try it out. And then just being the competitor that I am, trying it out turned into wanting to spar. Sparring turned into like going to the fight. My first fight show I went to see one of my good friends, Camille. Sparring with the Muay Thai, not only Muay Thai, like made me like I was able to find this avenue for fighting, but it just changed my whole perspective on everything. Like Camille is she made me respect women on a whole nother level. Like I'm sparring with this 5'2" pint size. That's her name, pint size, 5'2", sparring with her, I'm thinking like a joke. Full. When is my coach gonna give me somebody to really bang with? No, Shorty, she came at me with fire. Told me to respect her. You know what I mean? I went to go see her fight. That was my first fight show I went to go see. I went to go see her fight. Watching her fight, I'm like, nah, I need to. What do I have to do to get in there? And the rest is just what do I have to do to get that? Like I got this, now I want that. I got this. There's no. I was watching, TikTok inspirational shit. I would be watching some one of these TikToks. One of those guys, I can't remember his name. He was talking about setting goals and not well about not setting goals no more. At this point with my fighting career, I don't have a goal. You know what I mean? There is no goal because goals and like it is significant of an end. Like like you reach your goal. Now what? Okay, I'm gonna set another one. Then what was the point? There is no goal. It's just keep progressing. That's what I want to do. That's where I'm at with fighting. Just keep progressing. Another one, another one,
Mm-hmm.
another one. Let's as long as I'm able to perform at the level that I have been, or should I say, as long as I'm able to keep performing at a higher level with each new opportunity, run it up, gang. Let's go.
What exactly was it about Muay Thai that drew you in from the first place and that kept your heart? I mean, there's so many facets to combat sports. I mean, especially nowadays with MMA being the big thing that's on and popping. But Muay Thai is one of my favorite sports to cover right now, and it's one of the sports that I feel needs the most attention.
Yeah,
And I say that because if you watch an MMA fight, and I've talked to many Muay Thai fighters about this, you watch an MMA fight, as soon as it hits the ground, the general fan base loses interest. They want to see the stand up. What does Muay Thai offer? Every aspect of stand up that you can do in a MMA fight. So where is the love that needs to come into Muay Thai? It's missing for me. But my question is, where was the love that drew you in?
because Muay Thai is like Muay Thai is a martial art.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's MMA is mixed martial, all the martial arts together, and it's great. but that wasn't what I was into. Like MMA, sometimes it gets into there's a lot of there, I feel like there's a lot of ego in MMA, and Muay Thai is or at least it's supposed to be different in the sense that it's a martial art.
And
You know,
respect.
respect. You're supposed to come at it with respect, be humble, and that's a challenge for me because sometimes I might not be the most humble person, but when I'm doing Muay Thai, I try to check and if I don't, the people I have around me, I trust them and they'll check me. You know what I mean? But Muay Thai is about respect and that martial arts aspect of it. And then when you go to Thailand and you live there and you see the art of it, like it's more than just, oh, I'm a big strong man and I'm gonna slam you on the ground and break
Hmm.
your neck. No, like with the Thai music and it's kind of like a dance and it's slick and and then and then there's so many ways to do Muay Thai. Like you could you could be a puncher, you could be a kicker, you could be a clincher, like and any combination of all three. Like it's beautiful. It's a beautiful deadly dance that just yeah.
And your personality that you bring to this beautiful dance, I wanted to talk about as well because, again, we're in a sport that's involving so much lineage and so much history and so much respect, and a lot of times you do see the stoic, very traditional. Um, the sense of personalities that make their way to the ring and they perform beautifully. But with that said, when I see you on fight night, I almost feel like I get the same vibe that Taj could be fighting on this night as well as going out and partying this night. His vibe is straight up like he brings a swag to fight night where it's almost the life of the party. And Sitan does as well. I mean, it's not just you, but I bring you up because predominantly I see you the one on social media and it's a show in itself on top of the fight in itself. So with that said, do you think that that's something that could be learned from you to bring in from other fighters to maybe bring a little bit more swag, a little bit more personality, if you will?
Um I don't know that you could learn it. Like you I don't think it's something you learn. You know what I mean? Like swag, that's like you just you I could tell somebody, all I could tell you is just be you.
Mm.
Just be yourself. That's all I don't try to do it. That's just how I am. I've always been like a jokey kind of dude. You know, my first street name ever. My first street when I was in the hood, you got Day Day and Ricky and not me, Goofy. Niggas just call me Goofy. Like they called me Goofy when I was a little kid. And probably they was making fun of me, but now I'm making fun of you because you still on the block. You know what I mean? I'm over here about to fight for my world title, but I just try to be myself and it's just a fight, bro. So it's another and it's a fight with rules. Like I don't gotta I could beat somebody up and then I don't gotta run after. Let's have fun. We here to have a good time. And if I just try to be me. That's it. I don't try to be me. I just do me. And that's what you see.
I love it, and you do it well, man. It's a show to see, and it's always fun to see you do it. So, following that, they say fighting isn't a team sport because you get in the ring by yourself, but you have a few of your close teammates sharing this card with you. How does that feel and overall amplify the vibe on fight night, and also training, considering you're all sharing a common goal?
So um I think I 100% disagree with anybody that says fighting isn't a team sport. Maybe the actual act of fighting you do by yourself, but even then you're not by yourself because in between the rounds you're getting the instructions from your coaches and your cornerman. So I don't care how good of a fighter you are, if you don't have even on when it comes to the night of fight night, if you don't have that support with you in between the rounds, person can figure you out on the other side And now what? You know what I mean? So I disagree with anybody that says it's not a team sport, because I 100% rely on my team, not just not just in training and in personal life, but on the actual night of the fight. Like I go in it, I never really have a true game plan other than to be me as a fighter. Like always, that's my answer for everything. Just be yourself. And fighting is no different. So I'm not going to change the way I fight for a specific person. But if being myself, being me, is not working in between the rounds, my coach, Aziz, Joel, Omar, those guys who I have in the corner with me, they're seeing what I don't see. You know what I mean? They're on the outside looking in, telling me how to adjust, what to do different. So I rely on that heavy. And then, like you said, having teammates with you, my number one road dog for the last year and a half, almost 2 years, Dylan Joku, we've done we've done fight camp after fight camp after fight camp. Even on the fights where he fought by himself, we've had fight camps where we was fighting by ourselves, but the other one wasn't fighting, not because they didn't want to fight, either him or me. It just some shit happened that people don't know about. That's why you might have only saw one or the other. You know what I mean? But we've been going hard train since we got into business with also Justin and James, and we opened up Two Bridges 2 years ago. Two Bridges going on its 2 year anniversary. Two Bridges 2 years, two coaches fighting on freedom. You know what I mean? Two. But me and him specifically, it's it's no worse having a training partner like that with you. You know what I mean? Because you might get tired. You know what I mean? You might want to be done, and then you look to the side. I see Dylan. He hasn't stopped. I look to the other side. I see Felipe. He's still going hard. I look a couple bags down. Colin, 12 years old, about to be 13 years old. He's still pushing. Nah, you not tired. Let's go. Another round.
And that's another thing I love about Sitan and you guys
Sit
in
on.
your Sitan and your gym and the love you guys have for each other. Like you just said, a 13-year-old on the bag, and you just shouted him out, gave him all the love. Speedy Petey, another phenomenal freedom champion, and you guys are always out running. It's almost like a little family that you guys have. Does that almost amplify your training to a next level and help? I mean, just make it like your home gym. That really is a home gym.
Of course, when I see one of my favorite runs I had a couple weeks ago was with Colin and Pete. You know what I mean? A couple of the girls too. They did Nyla and Lulu. They did their own thing. They ran away from us a little bit. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But they was out there running. They working too. But it just it brings me joy because I think about like the knucklehead shit I was doing when I was 12 and 13 years old, right? But then I see these kids and they potential, and it's like I know they looking up to me, but I want them to know that just as much as I inspire them, they inspire me. You know what I mean? Like I see them working, I'm not gonna slack because I know they following not just me, but all the older fighters. They looking at what we doing and think about what they could do. So I don't want to show them um a lazy work ethic, and then they start to think, well, he's champion, he's world champion, he's pro. They don't work hard. I don't need to work hard. Now,
Mm.
every time they look at me, I want them to think and know, man, that's the hardest working dude in here. I want what he got. No, I want more than what he got. Then I got to work harder than him. So no, and I want them to look at me and say and think that. So for that to happen, I gotta bust my ass. I can't slack.
Speaking of busting your ass and wanting more than what you got, two-time Freedom National Champion, now fighting for the Freedom World title. Obviously, a big step up in your game, taking on an international fighter from Mexico. How excited are you for the step up in competition?
Oh, I, I I wouldn't have even dreamed of the way the landscape has been. I wouldn't even have dreamed of asking for something like that. So now that it's here, Rami gave that to me. Let's go. Let's go. This is the best me y'all will ever see. I'm better now than I ever have been, and I plan to keep being able to tell you that, and keep being able to prove it. Not just say I can say it. It's easy to say it. Look, I said it. It didn't take no energy. I'm gonna show y'all. July 1st, I'm gonna show you that I'm the best. I'm gonna show you that I'm illuminated. I'm gonna show you that I'm tapped into my divine energy. You're gonna see something y'all never seen before. Make sure you get the tickets.
I'm gonna follow you up on that, and even saying with everything you just said and all the energy you bring, you're also bringing the hard work and the win streak behind it. So the proof is in the pudding. You're on a 4-fight win streak. You're looking to make it 5 now. How hype is that?
I've never done it before. I'm doing things that I've never done before, and that's sometimes I take a step back and look at it, but I don't try to like admire my work too much because I'm not finished. We don't stop and take a break and be like, oh my God, you're doing such a good job. The work's not done. The job's not done. Kobe said it best. Job's not done yet. It's not time to celebrate. Might I'll celebrate for a day or two. That's my new thing. I celebrate for a day or two. I have the weekend. Monday, Tuesday, we back at it. We in the gym. I'm already running the day after I fight. The day, unless I'm extremely hobbled and I can't, then okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you you can only force yourself, but as long as I can walk, if I can walk, I can run. Might not run fast, but I'm gonna run. We're not selling. We're not doing no more 2, 3 week celebrations, a month off. Even if I don't have, even after this, and my next fight is not for 4 months. That don't mean okay. My next fight is in 4 months. I take a 2 month. Take no. I have the weekend. Monday, Tuesday, I'll be back in the gym. Not even just for me, but for my teammates. You know what I mean? I got training partners in the gym right now that are helping me get ready for my fight. When my fight is done, my teammates, they still gonna be in the gym because now they got their fight. Type of teammate would I be that I just disappear after my fight is done and I leave them to work. And I only come in when it's time for me to train. No, I don't only come in when it's time for me to train. I come in when I don't have to train so I could be there for my friends that have to train. So they got somebody to work with. So they got somebody to hold pads with. So they got somebody to spar with. So they got somebody to clinch with. So they got somebody to just talk about their fucking day. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I'm trying to keep it.
It's
But
your interview.
so they got somebody to talk about their day with because training is stressful and we all got our lives outside the gym, but we make time to put in the work because we know what we want to do.
And that's just the training partner that you are.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you foresee this bout going down July 1st? Paint a picture for me if you can. Round 1, ding ding, hit me.
Round one, ding, ding. He hit more times than he hit me. You know what I mean? I'm just my game plans for the fight. The way I picture is every fight is different. But my plan until I get hit, until I have to make adjustments, my plan, and even when, you know what I mean? Even when I'm making adjustments, even when I'm getting hit, my plan is to stay in his face and make this the most exhausting fight of his career. If I get the outcome I want, it'll go all 5 rounds of pure domination and it'll be 50-45 at the end. I'm tired of these split decisions. Some of these even though, like I don't want to talk. We're not throwing salt. We're not getting political. I'm tired of these split decisions. You know what I mean? And I don't think they've been split decisions. And I have very honest friends that what I mean, the right person won the fight, and that's all that matters. And in each of these fights, I could have done. I've cut it. I had the opportunity to perform better, and I made some mistakes, different mistakes. You know what I mean? Adjustments have been made. You will see the correction on July 1st. 40, 55, I mean, 50, 50, 45, 50, 45, 50, 45. Unanimous decision, all 5 rounds. The most exhausting fight of Jose's career.
I'm really shocked to hear you say that you want to take it all five. You want to drag him in the deep water instead of finishing him. That's not something that you often hear. Is it because that you want to prove something?
No, I have not. I'm the champion. There's nothing. I, as far as proof, what I feel I have to prove. No, I have to. I have to continue to show up. You know what I mean? But I've already proven I'm the champion. Now, now it's just about solidify. I don't feel I have. The reason why I say 50, 40, 50, 45, why I want all 5 rounds, I don't train 5, 6, 7 hours a day for a 3 minute fight, for a 2 minute fight. What? That's we could get into details over here, but nobody likes a 5 minute brother, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta last look. You gotta last longer than one song. You know what I mean? I got more than one round in me. Yeah. You
Hey,
go.
I hear you, brother. But at the same token, if you get the chance to finish the job
Oh, if
early,
I get the chance to finish and it's done, then he got. I was ready. I'm still here. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
If maybe I get somebody else later on in the night. Somebody pulls out, something happens, and Rami needs me to step in, and I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? But I'm not training. If I get the opportunity, I'm gonna take it. And we're gonna celebrate it. But I have 25 fights and only 2 finishes, and both of those finishes came in the later rounds. Like one was in a tournament, and it happened. I believe it happened in the third round. It was a 3 round fight, and it happened in the third round or the second round. I can't remember. I do get hit in the head a lot, so my memory is not the best. But and the second finish was in the last round of the fight as well. You know what I mean? So I never try to knock somebody out. People tell me I'm strong, but I don't know. You know. Also, a lot of my fights have been with bigger guys. Like before I got to Sitan, I was fighting 165. I fought dudes over 6'5", 6'6". They show up huge. You know what I mean? We make weight. Imagine somebody making weight at 165, time of the fight, they 175, 180, easy, and I'm still 165. So maybe that has something to do. But I don't try to knock people out. I feel like my strongest attribute, besides my stubbornness, that's more my personality. But my strongest attribute is my gas tank. I run. I train for hours. I'm not gonna no, deep waters is where I thrive. Where I love swimming in deep waters because that's when I get to expose you. You know what I mean? That's when I get to show why I'm better. Anybody could anybody could look good for 1 round. You know what I mean? Anybody okay, even 2. Let's go let's go 4 or 5. I wish I want Rami to do something crazy and give me a 7, 9 round fight. You know what I mean? So let's see. Like Rami said anything that he could do for the fighters. Rami Ibrahim, CEO of Freedom Fighter Promotion. If you're listening to me right now, I don't want a super fight. I don't want no. I want a 9 round fight. Yeah, find somebody crazy enough, but I'm not. I'm sure I'm not the craziest person out here. I might be insane, but there's people more crazy than me. Find me somebody crazy enough to sign up for a 9 round fight. Let's show the world what Muay Thai look like.
You heard it from the man right here. You called yourself crazy. I'm not going to say you're right or wrong. I'm going to say I love that kind of crazy, bro. So before I let you go, any social media sponsors and any shout outs for your teammates that are sharing the car with you, your family, friends, coaches, floor's yours to get your word out.
Social media, tin_man 28 on everything. Shout out to my boy Dylan, my number one road dog. training with me since the beginning. Shout out to Justin and James holding down two bridges while we out here getting ourselves ready for the fight. Shout out, big shout out to all my coaches at Sitan, Aziz Nabi, Joel, Mike, Sid, all you guys. Thank you so much for always working with me, even on my stubborn days. Today I had one, you know what I mean? And they just pushed me through it. We worked through it. Thank you for always, you know what I'm saying, being ready to make sure I work. To all my students, to all my teammates that come to the fight, that support me if you can make it, if you can't. I love all of y'all, all my friends everywhere, my family. Social, big shout out to Resilient Fightwear _RS, and I don't can't spell.
RSLNT.
RSLNT. There we go. You know what I mean? Resilient Fightwear, best in the business. I love you guys. Always looking out for me. That's all I got, man. Thank you. Thank you, Adam, for this. This was fun. This was a nice I like this.
I love it, man. The OGC Taj Rueda. I can't wait to see you.
OGC.
I can't wait to see you getting that new strap and putting the old one. You're going to have a couple belts with you, but the two-time national champion, he is vying for the world title. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to be in the ring. You know I'm going to be in your face screaming that name. So let's get it, brother. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night.
There he goes, Taj Rueda. He is going to be stepping up to take on Jose Casasanes. It's going down at Freedom Fighter Promotion 6 for the world welterweight title. It's going down in just a few days, July 1st in Yonkers, New York at the beautiful and historic Grand Roosevelt Ballroom. You can check it out at bxng.tv. For Taj, my name is Adam Christ. Taj, let's hit him with it.
Bow, bow, bow. Thank you, brother.
There you go.